Welcome to Mind Awakened. In today's deep dive, we're exploring something profound yet relatable, the essence of a strong, intimidating personality as viewed through the wisdom of Buddhism. Together, we'll unravel 10 defining traits of such individuals, not only to understand their powerful presence, but also to discover how these qualities can inspire and transform us on our own spiritual or emotional journeys. Along the way, I'll be adding real-world insights about how these traits connect with modern life while staying true to the original story's spiritual undertone. Let's start exploring each of these characteristics, merging insight with action steps for our personal growth. Trait number 1. Other people's validation is not important to you. The first hallmark is a reliance on inner conviction rather than external validation. You don't need applause or approval to feel certain about the decisions you make. This is deeply rooted in Buddhist philosophy. In a world where social media thrives on likes and comments, it's liberating and intimidating to live without chasing validation. Connected to the Buddha's teaching, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This signifies our intrinsic worth. Consider this: how often do we act out of a need for external acknowledgement rather than true alignment with our values? Real-world insight. Look at innovators like Steve Jobs or visionaries such as Maya Angelou. They weren't defined by others' opinions, but by their own purposeful actions. This ability isn't arrogance, it's self-acceptance, and it starts with asking yourself, am I living for others, or am I living for myself? Trait number 2, you have extensive knowledge. Having a rich understanding of themes in philosophy, science, or personal life experiences can be wonderful, but it can also set you apart in ways that others find both admirable and intimidating. Buddhism highly values wisdom, and this isn't just intellectual smarts. It's about experiencing life fully and understanding its truths. When someone speaks with clarity, depth, and conviction, they naturally command attention, maybe even reverence. Knowledge isn't just about accumulating facts. It's about mastering insight, learning opportunity. Buddhism encourages curiosity and intentional learning. For example, the Buddha once likened wisdom to a sharpened blade, capable of cutting through the illusions of life. How can you sharpen your intellectual tools while remaining humble and approachable? Trait number 3, preferring rationality over following the crowd. At a time when groupthink often dominates decisions, making rational, independent choices sets you apart. Instead of bending to trends or emotional reactions, you assess with mindfulness and clarity. This principle is mirrored in Buddhist teachings, which emphasize mindful detachment, seeing situations as they really are, unclouded by the noise of collective opinion. Buddhist meditation practices, for instance, foster this ability to stay centered and think critically even amidst chaos. Modern application. Instead of agreeing with popular opinions, practice questioning. For example, the Dalai Lama's unruffled demeanor during controversies repeatedly demonstrates the strength that comes from reasoned clarity over emotional reactions. Ask yourself, what would I choose if I weren't afraid of being different? True power lies in being comfortable with yourself. Solitude is not loneliness. It's a space for intentional growth and self-discovery, integral to Buddhist practice. Whether through meditation or quiet reflection, solitude is revered in Buddhism for cultivating inner strength. The Buddha spent years alone, deepening his understanding of life, and from the lessons of his solitude arose some of history's most profound teachings. Practice tip: explore your own relationship with solitude. Consider dedicating 5 minutes a day to silent reflection or journaling. How does being alone deepen your self-awareness? Trait number 5. Commitment to morality. Your adherence to strong ethical codes rooted in the 5 precepts of Buddhism speaks volumes about your character. These guidelines teach non-harm, truthfulness, and integrity, not just for personal well-being, but for communal harmony. Living with such moral consistency inspires trust, but can also challenge those less committed to such values. Connecting the dots. Think of figures like Nelson Mandela, whose unwavering commitment to justice redefined character. It wasn't just his words, but his actions that earned respect, embodying moral courage. Imagine the harmony and change that can flow if we all embraced just one principle consistently. Trait number 6. Silent confidence. Confidence doesn't need to shout to leave an impression. The most solid self-assurance often whispers in quiet, deliberate actions, dealing more in presence than performance. Silent confidence, deeply tied to Buddhist self-awareness, reflects an inner peace cultivated through understanding oneself fully. Exploration point. Start practicing intentional pauses in conversations and decisions. Let mindfulness lead your actions, replacing quick reactions with calm, confident expressions. Trait number 7. Capacity for difficult conversations. The Buddhist principle of right speech mirrors the art of meaningful, impactful dialogue, even when the subject matter is tough. Speaking the truth with kindness and respect not only fosters deeper understanding, but challenges everyone in the room to live more authentically. Your poise during complex topics drives emotional intelligence and maturity, which is both respected and intimidating. Modern example: CEOs or therapists often excel at holding space for difficult conversations. Practice active listening during challenging discussions, not to respond, but to understand. How can you turn conflict into clarity? Trait number 8. Emotional control. Emotional turbulence may control most people, but not you. Emotional mastery comes from years of mindfulness practice, observing, not succumbing. Buddhist teachings remind us that emotions are transient. Recognizing this, you master the art of choosing action over reaction. Your actionable insight. The next time something sparks intense emotions, pause for 3 slow breaths before responding. This small practice can transform emotional reactivity into mindful leadership. Trait number 9. Commanding group presence. In group dynamics, your steadiness naturally steadies others. Your words carry weight because they're considered, rooted in compassion. Buddhism emphasizes seeing each individual's contribution as essential to collective harmony. Example in action. Think of moments when groups look to one figure for calm in chaos. How can you embody the collective anchor of peace and clarity? Trait number 10. Calm under pressure. In times of crisis, you exhibit a Buddhist practice of equanimity, maintaining balance regardless of the chaos. This ability not only solidifies internal grounding, but inspires confidence and trust in those around you. Why it matters. In a world constantly navigating unpredictable challenges, staying serene under fire allows you to effectively influence and inspire resilience in those you lead. Closing reflection. These traits of a strong, intimidating personality, viewed through the lens of Buddhism, are not about overwhelm or dominance, but about embodying deeper truths that everyone can aspire to. Today, we've explored their intersection with timeless Buddhist principles. What resonates most with you? What practice might you bring into your life starting today to cultivate not just strength but purpose and peace? Let me know in the comments what you're taking away from this reflection. And if you enjoyed uncovering these Buddhist-inspired lessons, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Here on Mind Awakened, we aim to bring insights that not only explain, but also empower you to live with greater awareness and intention. Take a moment today to reflect on which of these traits speaks to you the most. Is it the calm under pressure, the silent confidence, or perhaps the capacity for difficult conversations? Whatever that might be, let it be your starting point. Transformation begins with the smallest of steps, and each effort we make leads us closer to a stronger, more centered version of ourselves. Thank you for joining me on this journey of self-discovery. If this content resonated with you, please share it with someone who might benefit from these lessons. Together, we can create a ripple effect of wisdom and peace. Make sure to subscribe to Mind Awakened for more deep dives into concepts like these. Until next time, stay mindful and embrace the power within you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.